Welcome back to another How to Deck Build video, and let's get right into it. And we're going to give it a good spin, and let's see what we roll. I hope for a dragon deck today. Instead, we got Drytron. We were so close to a dragon deck, right between two dragon decks. I guess we have to do Drytron now. So let's update the wheel, and let's get into the How to Deck build. So Drytron is just a very, very interesting deck that, honestly, in all opinion, it's one of the easiest decks to build because it's so carbon copy. And I forgot the ratios of it, but that's absolutely fine because I know it's double 1 to 2 Fafnir in the extra deck. And there's multiple different builds that the deck has. You have Megalith, you have Necroz, you have Pure, and then you have a Dragoon build. It's been quite some time since I went up against the deck, so let's just go and see what we could do. So overall, I know Delta's a 1-up. Then we just get into the other names. I know we don't run Beta because Beta's not returns a banished one to the graveyard, so we're gonna need double of that, triple Zeta and triple Alpha. After that, for the ritual monsters, we could run them, but I don't feel running them. After that, triple Drytron Nova, very staple, double Meteonis, and we can also run 1 to 2 of the Fafnir if we really wanted to. Now for Cyber Angel stuff. Cyber Angel is one of the best routes to go. So you just need a Benton, Idaten, and Natasha. On top of, let's just get into other stuff like generic fairy stuff. So we have some heralds that we can do. Herald of Divine are the heralds, Herald of the Orange Light, Herald of Ultimateness and Perfection. Then we also have Arc Light as well as a card that we can run with, if a card of the Mirage Light, and just in case we could do one of those, we have some preparations of right, or we could do pre-prep because this adds both this and the perfections. So I feel like people don't run this anymore, but it's still a great option to have. So we're just going to chuck it in the sideboard for later. Cyber Emergency is a card that the deck runs because it's all light machines. They really need to stop doing stuff like this, where use other engine card, so you could just have fun. One of the things we don't want to forget is Eva. Eva is a broken card in the deck. And we have so much filler space, so let's fill that up. I guess we could do the double prep, 1 pre-prep. So we have 3 of them no matter what. Then after that, what all do we need? I know people don't run Manju anymore. I definitely know that. What we could do is really just sit here and think about it. We could definitely run Lancia in the main deck if we wanted to, but that's very old. That's like a few months ago. But it can be worth it. I know that we definitely need F0, which is one of these. Other things we could definitely do is Zeus, because Zeus is a powerhouse of a card. And we could do things like Instant Fusion, along with Called By. Because we could do Eyes Restrict. Millennium Eyes Restrict, because that card's actually very good. Let's see here. Then we have the options of Link Kariba for sure, along with other things that we could do as well. Like a little Nightmare here and there, so Phoenix that, and just for added bonus, we can have a IP Masquerena. Now, other things that we could do. Very good question. Like, very good question. This is the problem of the deck. You can't really just complete the deck. People run Extra Foolish Burial, but I don't like the life point pay on it, because there's other cards that you can run, like Droplet. You could 100% run Droplet. You can run 100% run Talents if you want. But I feel like Droplet is the way because we could get rid of our Drytrons in our hand that, or other cards like Eva from our hand. Next up, let's get into the extra deck. So we don't really have much to do. We have Boral Sword Dragon we can add. And then we also have the added bonus of Beatrice. I don't want to forget her. And it's really optional on the Herald of the Mirage Light, but we could do other cards as well, depending on what side we go on, because it could just go to anything, really. So I think we're gonna just keep the Herald of the Mirages, and let's do a test hand. Now, I'm not the best pilot of the deck, so bear with me. So we're just gonna go and grab our Ben 10, which is very powerful. Then we're gonna activate our Alpha Thuban. We're gonna special summon the Alpha, add a ritual monster from our deck, and we're gonna be adding our lovely. I think we're just gonna add something like our Natasha. Then we're gonna go Ben 10 effect, and we get our fairy monster, and it could be really any fairy that we want. I think because with this, you cannot special summon monsters except monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set. So Diviner of the Herald is out of the question, so we could just add another fairy. I'm gonna go with our lovely little boy Eva, or whatever the hell this is. We're gonna activate Drytron Nova, then we're gonna special out our Zeta. Then we get to go. I'm gonna go up into a Link Ribbo. Use the effect of Zeta, tributing off our Natasha to summon out the Zeta. Then we're gonna add a ritual spell, which is gonna be Meteonis Drytron. Then we're gonna go up and link into Beta Fafnir. I am definitely keeping this deck pretty cross out because that's gonna be another headache to just deal with. And after that, we're gonna send Gamma. We're gonna activate Meteonis Drytron, summoning out the Ben 10 using a material to summon out the Ben 10. Then let's use the Gamma, summon out the Gamma, then special summon out a Drytron. And Ben 10 gets a search, and this is where we grab our Herald of Ultimateness for this. We're going to activate the effect of Meteonis Drytron targeting Beta Fafnir, grabbing it back, activating Drytron, summoning out Herald of the Ultimateness, using a material from our lovely friend. And we still have a normal summon that we could do. I don't have an Apollosa in here, but imagine this as an Apollosa or something. But what we could do after that, we can go up into an IP Masquerena. And since we still have a normal summon, we still have two. We have a couple fairies in our graveyard, but I'm not going to waste the Eva yet. So that's kind of an end board that we could do, but let me grab an Apollosa real quick, because that's one of the cards that slipped my mind. So the card that we could cut for Apollosa, I'm going to cut Herald of Mirages, so we could do a better test hand. So we're just going to do that, and normal summon out Herald of the Diviner of the Herald, use its effect, sending to graveyard. We're going to definitely send a Herald of the Arclight, because this is a 1-for-1-for-1. And this is where we're going to grab our Ben 10. And we open up with Alpha Thuban again, so we're just going to activate the Alpha Thuban, tributing off the Ben 10, summoning it out, then adding a ritual monster from our deck to our hand, and we're going to be grabbing Herald of Ultimateness. Then we're going to activate the effect of Ben 10. Ben 10 gets a search, and we're going to be searching out our lovely buddy of an Eva. Then we're going to activate Drytron Nova. Drytron Nova is going to trigger, and we're going to special summon out a Zeta. We're going to link the Zeta away for our lovely friend, and then we can activate the effect of Zeta, by tributing off Ultimateness, sadly, but we're going to get it back because we're going to have a Meteonus Drytron. We're going to go up into our Mu Beta Fafnir and use its effect to Foolish Burial our Gamma. Then we're going to activate the effect of Meteonus Drytron, tributing off. We're going to special summon our Ben 10 by using a material to summon out the Ben 10. I'm going to do the Meteonus Drytron to add it back, and then we're going to activate the effect of Gamma, tributing off the Ben 10 to summon it out. Then we're going to special summon a Drytron, being the Zeta, from our graveyard. Activating the effect of Ben 10, we're going to grab our Herald of Perfection, which is very key at this point. Then, after that, we are going to go and activate the Meteonus Drytron one more time to special out our friend in the graveyard, tributing off a material. Then, after that, we can go and either summon out the Herald of Perfection or keep it in our hand, and we can go up into an Appaloosa if we so much desire. Now, overall, this is a board that I definitely think could be better, as we have 3 up to 5 negates with the Herald of Ultimateness because EVA extends out more. Overall, this deck is really one of a kind of what it does, and I know this deck can definitely do more, like summoning this out. But we can actually continue because we can go Dawn of the Herald, tributing off our lovely Herald. We're going to use the effect of the Herald, bringing it back. So now we have 3 cards in hand. We have 1 of a Judgment, which is Ultimateness, and 1 is pretty much a weaker version of it. So they have to deal with that and a 4-mat Appaloosa. This is the best board I could do, but I hope this really helps you guys out. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video of how to deck build, and goodbye.